towards a very important aspect of creative writing, and as you can see, it's job application. Now, we do apply for jobs, right? We keep trying to get the best deal. But what happens is when you apply for it, the statement, the application that you send itself reveals how fit you are, as a candidate, as an employee, if they are employing you, how good you can be at it. So this is sort of a first impression that you lay, wherever you're applying, whichever firm or organization you're applying for. But you have to make sure that you follow a certain pattern, a certain format. You have to be crisp, you have to be concise, you have to be very clear with your words, you have to be respectful, you have to be formal, so many things attached. For the same, let's, learn this very, very well, because eventually down the line, even you are going to use it once you set off for your career, right? Once you set off to apply, for jobs, you will definitely need this. See, I understand everything is available on Google Baba, but remember, at times your brain Baba also has to work. At times you have someone ask you, okay, frame it for me right away. That is the time you need to equip yourself. You can't be dependent on someone like that. The Google. So yeah, let's move on to the job application to understand how to go about. So in this module, what you're going to get is, what is a job application, the key elements to it, the format, the marking scheme, the sample job application, and practice questions. You have to know them step by step as we move on. So yeah, what is a job application? Job application is the letter written for getting a job. It is the primary means of introducing the job seeker. You are seeking, you are looking for a job, to the employer, the one who will hire you. Through the job application, job seeker offers his or her labor and service for a return. Now, through this application, the job seeker, as in who is applying for the job, he offers his or her labor and service. So, what are you good at? You are offering your services for a return. What is the return? Salary. Therefore, the application for employment acts as a personal advertisement. It's like, how do you generally advertise a product? Yeah, you should buy this, this is good, these are the benefits. Likewise, this is a personal advertisement in the sense you are advertising yourself, that why should the company hire you? Why are you fit as the best candidate? Why should you be employed? So you have to write those reasons, that what is so good in you? Why are you, the best amongst all of them that fits into the category? So this is like a personal advertisement. Job application contains appeal for the job along with the job seeker's personal data like name, address, qualification and experience. So you are actually appealing for the job in the sense, like, you're telling them, like, I came across your vacancy, and so I want to look for this job and I look forward to the interview. Can we meet up and discuss it? Things like that. So you make an appeal, you request for the job along with your personal data like name, address, qualification, experience, how long you have been working, where, what, all such details. Yeah. So that is the main thing. Now, talking of the key elements, what are the main elements? A job application has two key elements. One is what? The cover letter. The cover letter is a formal letter written introducing the job seeker to the employer. We will see at length in detail what all do you require for a cover letter. Next, the biodata or the resume. Now, the biodata refers to a person's life, experience and achievements. It should be representative of all your personal and professional details in a specified format. See, when these official documents are always written, they always have a particular format and you are supposed to follow it. Why? Because see, first and foremost, you have it, your marks are based on the same. So if you follow the format, you have your marks with you, right? So you need to be very careful about the format part, because if you write it in the correct manner, you fetch your marks. So yes, your cover letter also has a particular format as well as your biodata or your resume. Now this is very important. These days, you all know when you apply for the job, these things are very, deeply looked at. Like how good are you? Quite often you can understand the first impression that you have laid, the person looking at your CV, if it's not in orderly manner, the person knows that you are not really responsible. Because if you have not sent your CV, if you don't have your biodata organized, how good are you as a person? How organized are you as a person? So obviously there itself, they will outlist you. They will not be, you will not be there shortlisted. You will be out of the list. So that is why you have to take care of your formats. Yeah. So let's see. First, we'll talk about the format of the cover letter. The format for the covering letter is similar to the format of a formal letter. You remember when we had learned to write to the principal or, to the editor, or you write to the municipal commissioner, all the official authorities. So similar to that, it goes on like first, sender's address. The sender's address is usually put on the top left hand corner. So if this is your page, this is the margin. So here on the left hand side, you have your address, the sender's address. Then you have the date. The sender's address is followed by the date just below it. This is the date on which the letter is being written. It is to be written in the expanded form. What do we mean by the expanded form? Please understand, for example, if today the date is 29th of December 2020, you will not write 29/12/20. No, you will spell the month. Please remember, any creative writing, be it any creative writing, please don't you go digital. Please make sure that you spell the month. So now if I have to write, I will write 29th, December, December, and then comma 20. You have to do that. You have to spell the month. You lose a mark or else. So it has to be in the expanded form. Then you have the receiver's address. Whether to write to above the address depends on the writer's preference. Write the official title, name or position, etc. of the receiver as the first line of the address. So the principal or whatever you're writing, the manager, the director, the CEO, whatever the position, yeah. Then subject. Below that, you remember we have the subject. Sum up the purpose of writing the letter in one line. So you are applying for a job, you will write the application for a job or application for this vacancy or this post, whatever. So you have to make sure that it is done in one line. It helps the receiver focus on the subject of the letter in one glance. It is important to underline the subject. So you see, you have to put it in one line, and that helps actually the receiver to understand. See, he must be getting thousands of mails. So the moment he looks at the subject, he understands what is this letter all about. So whether he needs to consider it or not. So it has to be there in your subject, actually telling what exactly is the purpose of that letter. Then still further, after the subject, then you will have the salutations. Now greet the person you are addressing the letter to, right? To whom you are writing the letter, you have to greet that person. Bear in mind that it is a formal letter, so the greeting must be respectful and not too personal. Hi dude, hello, how you doing? Sorry. It is a formal approach. So you are going to, address it with all due respect. The general greetings used in formal letters are sir or madam. So generally we don't know we are addressing to whom. So either we put sir or madam. Yeah, it depends now. Maybe that's a female over there who's, going through your letter, or a male. So we address it as sir or madam. So that's your salutation, respected dear. That's okay. Then moving on to the body. This is the main content of the letter. It is either divided into 3 paragraphs or 2 paragraphs if the letter is briefer. Briefer as in smaller, shorter, small. The tone of the content should be formal. You have to be very formal. You are applying for a job. That's where people understand what type of a candidate is this. Another point to keep in mind is that the letter should be concise and to the point. It should be precise. It should be crisp. It should be exactly what you want. No, running around the bush. Just directly, this is what I'm looking for. This was expected. This is this. Clear terms. Always be respectful and considerate in your language. You are always requesting. So even when you're appealing to meet, give a request. Don't say, oh yes, I want to meet you. You can't be demanding. You have to request. Then after that follows your para 1. Begin the body of the letter by mentioning the source. The source as in from where you got to know about the job. You got to know through a friend, through an advertisement, through a post, through a forward. From where? Of information about the job, that is maybe newspaper. Along with that, the day, the date and the advertisement number. Mention the post you wish to apply for. So yes, you have to mention first from where did you get to know about the job. Then of the information about the job. So whether it is in the newspaper, you saw it in the newspaper. So along with the day, date and the advertisement number, you can mention that so and so was the advertisement and this is regarding that. And of course, you will mention the post you wish to apply for. See, we are understanding it at length. Then we have a sample cover letter. So don't worry. First, let's understand the points and then work on them. Paragraph 2. Here, offer your candidature by briefing about your qualifications, achievements, previous experiences and your strengths. Now, offering your candidature as in the details of the candidate. What is that you will tell them? Your qualification, what are your achievements, your previous experiences, where all you have worked, what all you have done, and your strengths, what all are you good at. This paragraph should be an answer to the question, how are you the perfect candidate for the job? It should be to the point and clear. It should not sound boastful. Now, here you are supposed to write why. They should know that how are you the perfect candidate for the job? What all skills, what all strengths you have that are required for the job. So this is something they need to know, right? And of course, it should be to the point and clear. I am good at this. I am good at this. Very clear. And it should not sound boastful. Oh, I am the best. No one better than me. I can do any work in this within no time. And, don't try and overdo it. Just be very subtle, very, polite at it. Then moving on to paragraph 3. Here, make a reference to the photograph. That's the passport sized. Biodata or curriculum vitae and other detailed documents that you have enclosed. Now, your job application, like we saw, it is consisting of 2 things, right? So, one is your cover letter and the other is your biodata. You have to make sure that you have both of them. So, after you have mentioned about yourself, all the details in the cover letter, then you will also mention in the cover letter that you are attaching your biodata. So, make a reference to the photograph, that's the passport sized, biodata or curriculum vitae and other detailed documents that you have enclosed along with that. You can also appeal for a one-on-one interview. Lastly, you will request that I am ready, or whenever you want, we can definitely meet up and we can talk face to face. End the body. Now, how will you end the body? Looking forward to your positive response. You are being very positive about it. You are looking very definite about it. So yes, you are saying looking forward to your positive response. And the complimentary closes at the end of the letter. Write a complimentary closing the words yours faithfully or yours sincerely are used generally. That's how we do it. But please remember, when it is yours, it is faithfully. It cannot be faithful. Okay? Yours, S. Please don't forget the S. Yours sincerely, L-Y. So along with the S, generally I have seen students doing this. They just write your sincerely or yours sincere. Either ways they miss on something. So then again, the problem is it's not as per the format and then you tend to lose marks. Finally, the signature. Sign and write your name in block letters beneath the signature. You sign it first and below that, write your names in capital in block letters. This is how the recipient will know who is sending the letter. See, your signature may be something else. You cannot get your name out of it, right? Some use their name and surname. It depends. But generally, that's not the case. So you have to write your name below in block letters. Note, mention the name given in the question paper. Yes, generally if you are writing practically for your job, you will write your name. But in the paper, if the name has been given to you, you will use the same name. You are so and so applying for the job. So that so and so, whatever the name is given, you have to write that same name. Do not mention your personal details. So if it is given in the question paper, please use those details. Biodata, CV. CV as in curriculum vitae. Now here you have them in 4 parts. So the first are your personal details, name, father's name, date of birth in expanded form. Please, oh please, expanded form as in spell the month. Just put it in your head. You have to write the date, you have to spell the month. Yeah. Address, age, contact number, email ID, nationality and marital status. Marital status is what? Married or not, married or unmarried. Then you have to send in your qualifications as well. So name of the examinations, all the different examinations that you have appeared for, name of the board, name of the university, the year of passing and the percentage that you secured. Yeah, whatever you scored, you have to write that. Your experience. Now that should be written from the latest to the oldest. So you have to go in that order. Latest, currently, last, what you did, then before that, then before that. So you have to go in the descending order. Along with the duration, achievements, languages known, skills, hobbies and references. Now this is all a part of your biodata. Yeah, you have to make sure that you have all of it. Now, when we are talking about the marking scheme, so for the format, you get 1 mark. For the content, 2. For the expression, 2 marks and total is 5 marks. So how do you really express? How do you give in your proper details? You have to make sure that you write it accordingly and bag all the 5 marks. Generally, what happens is, so even I as a language teacher, half mark here and there definitely goes because see, it is always there, there's always a scope of writing better. But yes, if you have used rich vocabulary, if you have used the, correct grammatical statements, then quite often you get the full 5 marks too. So it's not that it's impossible, but yeah, you have to take care. Now, looking at it, we have the sample job application. You are Vidhi, Varun. Now, the names are given. If you're a girl, you will use Vidhi. If you're a boy, you'll use Varun. A resident of K408 Block A, Simple Residency, Delhi, MBA from APM University. You came across an advertisement in Times of India, published by ICICI Bank, New Delhi. You write an application for the post of Business Development Manager by giving your complete biodata. Now, this is how the question of a job application will come to you. Here, you have to write an application. That means your job application. Now, whatever we discussed in theory now, let's see it in practical. Let's see exactly how we have solved. So, remember we said the job application is just like a formal letter. This is your sender's address, your address which is given in the question. You will put the date, expanded form, you are spelling the month. Then you will write the post or the designation. So, you are writing it to the manager and their address. Then subject also, if you remember, we have to sum it up in one line. So application for the post of business development manager. That's it. It has to be short and precise. You have to exactly write what you are writing this application for. So you are giving it, it's an application for the post of business development manager. Moving further, respected sir, remember we said we are going to use formal language. So respected sir, with reference to your advertisement in Times of India dated 17 November 2012, inviting applications for the position of business development manager, I hereby offer my candidature for the same. My candidature as in my details as a candidate, my candidature. As regards my qualifications and experience, I am enclosing my biodata to enable you to make an assessment of my suitability for the given post. I am enclosing, I am putting along with it my biodata so that you can go through it, you can make an assessment for my suitability, whether I suit the given post or not, whether my capability suits it or not. In case my application is considered, I am available for the interview at any time suitable to you. Remember, we are making an appeal for it. If selected, I assure you that I shall work with utmost dedication and sincerity to your full satisfaction. So this is how we write it very formally, where we are informing them that look, we have enclosed all our details, go through it. If you find it suitable, if you find it that we are worth it, we can, go for the post, then yes, we are available for the interview, whatever time suits you. Yeah, you have to be open-ended. And you have to give the assurance that yes, if I am selected, you will never regret your decision. You will always feel that yes, you made the right decision, and because we will work with utmost dedication and sincerity. Hoping for a favorable response. Always being positive. Yours faithfully, Vidhi. Now, what are the enclosures? What, along with this cover letter, what are we enclosing? What are we adding on with it? The biodata and the testimonials. So, the question, the answer is not over here. We still have to continue your biodata. So, name, father's name, address, telephone number, age, email, nationality, and your academic qualification. So, you see, we have filled in all the details. Remember, they said you had the APM University and stuff. Whatever detail is given to you in the question, please use it without fail. Don't enter your personal details if information has been given to you. Yes? So, looking further, work experience. Now, you remember we said you will talk of the latest and then go down. Have been working as an assistant manager at HDFC Bank for a year. Worked as business executive at XYZ Bank for a year. Languages known, English and Hindi. Skills, excellent communication skills. Hobbies, painting and singing. References. Now, references are what? Are those people, supposing these people doubt, you have written something which is like wow, but they want to confirm, they want to make sure that you really are capable of that much. So, they might call these people, these are the references, you might call them and confirm the same. Declaration. I hereby declare that the above information is correct to the best of my knowledge. Whatever I have entered is actually, they are true facts. Nothing is fake. It's actually there. And finally, your signature and your date. Again, your date is how? Spell the month, expanded form. So, you see this whole thing including, so beginning from the cover letter, then talking about your biodata, talking about your educational qualification, your references, all the details summed up as one. So, please, when you are doing this, take utmost care. Yeah, fill in with proper details. Now, you have your practice questions. Sun Vidya Public School, Mumbai urgently requires a postgraduate teacher to teach political science, for which they have placed an advertisement in the Mumbai Express. You are Suraj or Shruti Sharma, from 21 Mayur Vihar, Mumbai. Draft a letter including a CV applying for the advertised post in around 120 to 150 words. So you know how you have to give your CV, your cover letter, and then all the details just like we had it. Your next question, you are Ashi or Anuj Mishra, your address B101, Happy Residency, Jammu. Write an application in around 120 to 150 words for the post of a receptionist advertised in a national newspaper by JKL Publishers, Mayur Road, Jammu. So again, you have to apply. See, when you are applying for certain posts, you will write your biodata accordingly. Something that fits the post. Don't randomly write your own personal actual thing. Please go as per the post. Because if you feel you're going as a receptionist, your communication skills have to be excellent. You have to excel in them. So you have to write that is your strength. So please, when you're reading the question, think of everything, connect it, and then start writing it. Always prepare a skeleton in your mind. Skeleton in your mind, or rather, preferably on paper. This is required, this is required, this is required. You know, give it 1 minute. Think all around 360 degrees. What is all required for this? This is given to us. This data is given to us. We have to use this here. So please make sure you go through the entire thing and then you start writing it. It will save you that 1 minute of work, that 1 minute of thinking, that 1 minute of analyzing the question will actually fetch you a lot of marks and even save your time. Trust me for that. Yes? So yeah, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. So if you do something that you love, that's not work. That's happening out of love. It will just go on. You'll feel you're not working. You're enjoying every day of it. Or else you will find it a burden. Now this, I am directing you towards creative. Yes, creative writing should be something that you love. Don't take it as a burden. Don't take it as a mountain on your head. Oh my God, creative writing. Please don't do that. Because I'm telling you, once you actually plunge, once you actually absorb in that question, on your own you will find words, you will go with the flow, you will get the sequence, everything will happen, but give it your 100%. Every time you attempt a creative writing, give it your 100% and you shall always fetch the best of marks. You have to trust me for this. Yes, just like you're going to give your 100% there, give your 100% to every video that you watch. For the same, keep watching and keep learning.